Hi all, welcome back. This is Param. In this episode, let us see what is a cloud run. Okay, cloud run cloud run we are going to run as a container. Okay, containers it is built on top of Knative platforms, which is open source platforms. Okay, that is what cloud run. Cloud run can be used as a service or as a job either. Okay, if it is a job, it is scheduled for particular times. If it is service, it can be accessed through the HTTP port. Okay, that's not only HTTP port. Okay, for other cases as well. Okay, we will see in details when we can, what is the benefit if you run as a service and as a jobs. Okay, then we will see other stuff like networking, IAM access, observability, what are other product it can work with. Okay, so everything we can see here. Okay, server it is actually it is serverless. Serverless in the sense we are not going to manage the server. Okay, so that's why we call it as a serverless. Okay, so and our application, our payload is going to be framed as a Docker image, called container image. Then it's going to run by the cloud run. Okay, so what is the benefit now? In fact, we don't need to bother about creating Docker container, start something like that. Okay, we don't need to bother about that. So everything's taken care by the Google. That is why it is serverless, as well as it's completely managed by the Google. Okay, so only thing is we have to create the image and keep it somewhere that is accessible by the cloud run. Okay, so let's see now one by one. Okay, at the high level, it is zero. Okay, let's go. It is fast request based auto scaling. So based on the request, okay, based on the number of requests, it can do auto scaling either up or down. Okay, that is what you can see here. It is scaled to zero. That means if no request has been received, then it can be completely stop all the instances. Okay, so once it receives the request, that times it will start and process the request. So in that case, some delay may be there for the first request. Otherwise, the scale to zero is a very good feature, so that we are going to pay only for what we are using. That's the things. Okay. For each deployment, okay, so for each deployment we will have those revisions. So if I need, I can go back to the previous revision or update before to that any revisions whatever I need. So this is another benefit. It is a regional resource. Okay, but scaling can happen across the zone region. Okay, across zones. Okay, it has obviously built-in traffic management. But still, if you want to have load balancer or CDN, everything we can have. Okay, so these are the high level features, and it is completely serverless. That means it's completely managed by the Google itself. Okay, that is what the high level features about the Google Cloud Run. Now let us go with the run jobs. I would say, like, let's say whenever you want to execute a job by scheduled sense, maybe daily once or once in a week or once in a month. Okay, so in the case, instead of going for allocating completely one virtual machine, in that you set up everything. Okay, but as per the schedule, it's going to run once in a day or twice a day or once in a week. So let us we don't need to have virtual machine and pay for it. Let it be either micro or medium size VM. Okay, still we don't need to, we have to manage that virtual machines. Okay, in that case cloud run is the better one, I would say. Okay, by having the cloud run, we are going to pay only the batch run either once in a day or once in a week or once in a month, something like that. Okay, so that is a very big features. Okay, so it can be triggered by PubSub or through the HTTP request or scheduler. In fact, this is schedule, right? So in case we can create a cloud scheduler, so cloud scheduler can be triggered based on the given cron tab string or pattern. Okay, then each execution have its own execution ID, so that if you want to do any analysis or bug fix, you can do that, or the debugging you can do. So exit status, if it is zero, that is successful completion. If it is not, there is some problem. You can go with the observability tools, observability tab. There you can see all the logs. Okay, jobs can be executed parallel. That means say let's say I have created a job. Let's say for my case, I want to send the billing information on every day. Okay, so if I want that job executed to be more than 2 instances or 3 instances, still I can single image, single code, but I can run a couple of containers. Okay, yes, it can be triggered by cloud scheduler, part of workflow, or manual trigger. All these are even PubSub also possible. Okay, so these are the things when we going to run the job. I would say most of the times we will run as a job for a batch jobs or routine job, something like that. If it is service, yes, when do you want service? Say let's say you have application or you have some microservices, okay, or minimal small size of applications, okay, web applications. In that case, you can deploy it in the container and you can access through the HTTP URL, right? And the same purpose App Engine also there. Now there is a debating like either the Docker run is better or App Engine is better. Okay, App Engine flexibility or standard, flexibility one. Okay, flexible one going to run in the container. Okay, so if you are going to run as a service, okay, it's going to be a request process for HTTP request. Okay, similarly it is instance based web applications. Okay, it is mobile backend. Then for that one ingress container and sidecar. So sidecar when we are going to use so if you want to have more than absolute information, that times we will go for sidecar, but 99% we will run our application code as a single container. By default it listen 880, but still it's completely configurable. It can access set of environment variable. Okay, set of environment variable is there. All the details you can see in the documentation, but it has a set of environment variable which we can be set or it can be accessed within the code for the access the environment information. Okay, right. So we have seen at high level, then we can run as a service or we can run as a job. Then let's go to the now how do we create the container image, right? Okay, so to build the container image, these are the tools. Cloud build we will use to build the source code into the container Docker image or container image. Then cloud deploy, it's going to deploy. Okay, it is going to deploy the container image into Docker. Okay, artifact registry where the our image is stored. Okay, we have source code, but we are going to build the image. That image will be stored in artifact registry. Then Google Cloud Observability is another tools. Okay, so this service easily help to debug what is happening, to access the logs, all the other steps. Okay, build the image for the containers. Okay, how to build the image? To build the image, obviously it's obvious to use the Docker files. Okay, if we have a Docker file, with that we can build the image, and whatever the command we have to run, any environment variable or any starting point, everything we can set accordingly. Okay, then we can build the image using Docker file or else build back, either way. So in the build back, what is now we have source code, complete source code, and we don't want to set up any commands, or we don't have much control about the Docker image. Okay, we don't need, in fact. Okay, whenever we don't want much control about the building Docker image, in that case we can go for with the build back itself. Okay, so this is how we are going to build the Docker image. That Docker image is going to run by the Cloud Run service. Okay, what are the other GCP services where our Docker Cloud Run service can interact? Obviously, bucket storage, it can access the bucket storage and it can do all the stuff. NFS file store, it can access database. Most of the database we can access through the from the Cloud Run. And the PubSubs, okay, it can react or post a message. Workflow, right, it is a kind of scheduling one. Cloud scheduler, okay, in fact cloud scheduler, using the video we will trigger the jobs, and it can access GKE, VM, task, secret managers. Okay, these are the other set of services which can interact with the Cloud Run. Okay, yes, this is the first thing I have said. It is stateless, serverless, invocable by HTTP if it is service. Cloud Run built from the Knatives, letting it to choose to run the application containers, either fully managed by with the Cloud Run or partially managed with GKE clusters. Okay. Then networking. Okay. The networking ingress as well as we have outbound. Inbound as well as outbound. Okay. What's inbound? What this means? Okay. From private Google access by private Google access. Okay. Any other Google services can be accessed. Can access this our Cloud Run. Okay. Then private service connect in front of Cloud Runs. Okay. It is running in front of the Cloud Run service. Internal load balancer is so let's say since we are going to have more than one, it is container, right? So based on the workload, that's based on the request load, it can create create a number of instances of Cloud Run. So that means since our image is already there, right? So it can start a number of instances, so that among them the request has to be routed properly. Then in that case we will use the load balancer, that is here internal application load balancer. Okay. Application load balancer in the sense is going to work with the 7th layer of OSI model. In this control, yes, shared VPC ingress within the project or VPC control project. CDN, yes, CDN can be used in front of the Cloud Run. What is the usage? It can serve the static content. Okay, instead of hitting the backend container instance, it can serve it for static content. It can serve from the CDN. Okay, this is what ingress. If it is outbound, okay, what is happening? If it is outbound, obviously it connect with DNS domain name service to get IP address of any. Let's say I am going to connect with one database from our Cloud Run instance. Okay, in that case I have given name. So for the given name, it has to identify the IP address, right? So obviously DNS and Cloud NAT. Cloud NAT for internet access. If you want to download or if you want to access something from the internet, then obviously Cloud NAT has to be configure, through that it will go outside. Okay. Shared VPC egress. Yes, shared our projects structure is like a host project and service project concept. Then in that case we would have the shared VPC. So through the shared VPC also it can go outside. Serverless VPC connector, but they are saying it is straightforward. Then direct VPC egress. This is another one. It can access the outbound. So these are the different things with respect to the outbound and the inbound. Access control, yes, usually we will give the right access to that. IAM helps exactly here. IAM helps here to exactly to how to access authorization perspectives. Okay. Observability, yes, using the observability, error reporting can be used to report or alert for any error occur. A log explorer we can open the log explorer to see all the logs. Uptime check and alert we can run. Again, metric explorer can be used to open the metrics. All these stuff. Okay, then one sidecar to collect the custom metrics. Prometheus sidecar or open telemetry sidecars. Okay, it collect the all the metrics. Alert for unavailable IP address space. So because of IP address space, whenever we create more than one instance of Docker Cloud Run. Okay, the IP address has to be assigned, right? So whenever IP address is not available, then that times we can get alerts. Okay. So these are the features available to understand what is happening within the Cloud Run instance. Metric Explorer can be used, Log Explorer can be used, error reporting can be used, uptime check can be used. If you want to have more metrics to be collected, then I can go with the sidecar Prometheus cluster, Prometheus sidecar or open telemetry sidecars. Okay, that's all about the Cloud Run. Okay, what is has okay typical development steps. Okay, usually what is if we have source code, then we have tried source code and Docker file. Locally we can do testing, then using Docker file create the image and put it in the artifact registry, then build the image using the cloud build if you need, then deploy the jobs or run. Okay, are the 4 steps. Okay, then checks the logs or cloud monitoring. So what is happening, what are the metrics has been collected, what is happening inside of the Cloud Run. So these are the typical steps to deploy Cloud Run. Thank you. Thanks for watching.